Ooh, just like that. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Hello,
Hi.
hello.
Hello. Oh, my glasses have some smudge on them. Ooh, this is me without glasses.
All right. Well, we are going to go through a entire thing today, hopefully. I want to show you guys how to make a prosthetic. So a prosthetic is like if you see a scar or cut on somebody in a movie and they're gonna have that cut for a while in the movie, they'll make a prosthetic of it, which is basically like a latex or silicone casting of it that they can attach to the actor, and that will be used so that you can get the exact same cut repeatedly over and over and over, and the makeup artist doesn't have to try to remake it over and over. Same thing with if it was like a wart, or sometimes you'll make full nose pieces if it's like a witch or something. You get all kinds of interesting different ones. But what we're going to make today, I'm aiming to do a bullet hole.
Oh, that's what you're doing?
Yeah, we're going to make a prosthetic bullet hole. So I already warmed up my clay. And I already warmed up my clay. I got all my supplies out. And my goal is to get from a lump of clay like this to a silicone prosthetic by the end of the show and show you all the steps. Roll this. I don't have a roller. I'm just going to press it. Okay. So let's see. I'm just creating a base for us to build our prosthetic on.
Is it flaccid?
And there we go. We have a nice little disc here. Okay, so this is going to be skin level. And then I should have done that as a square. Oh well.
Tyler also wants to know, does it have a flared base?
It actually will, because it is a bullet hole, and well, bullet holes are smaller than this.
So, yes, there you go, Tyler. It will have a flaccid base.
Flared
base.
Okay. So what I'm going to start with is a nice little ball clay, just to build the mound where the slug would have gone in. If you loosely roll a ball of clay around in your hand, doing circles with both hands, you will get a ball. Here, fairly spherical ball. Okay. Now we have a bump on our ring, circle disc. So what we need to do is use our tools to blend this guy down on the edges in. Use that tool. to the bottom. I'm just using a little ball tool. It's one of the main tools I like to use for blending because they are smooth. And I am not the greatest sculptor, but it works for me, so I use it. Something to remember when you're sculpting for a temporary purpose like this, it does not matter if it is solid, it does not matter if it is hollow in this case at this point, because I mean, realistically, I just made a freaking pimple, but if you're going to only cast the outside of it, so as long as the outside's solid, the rest doesn't matter. That looks about the right size for a bullet. Put a nice little dimple in the top here. Okay. I think I want to give our bullet hole some flaked back skin.
Everyone's excited that it has a flared base. I mean, if Aaron had one before, I think
give the people what they want, I guess.
Yeah. Well, both Sacramento Deadpool and Tyler were talking about flared bases in the chat.
All right. So I'm going to use this little spatula.
Ooh, spatula.
I'm going to use it to cut a zigzag out of this. Other thing spatula is good for, like use it to scrape the excess off. So this actually gives me 2 sets to work from.
You're welding?
Who is?
Sacramento Deadpool says he's welding parts together currently.
3D print welding. It's a little different.
That's what I figured, but still wanted to get your attention. Well, then, if you wanted to, you could have asked for the link and we could have done like a combo build thing going on.
Alrighty. So now I got these kind of frayed looking pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I can take those and take what I want, which are going to be these tips. I want just the tip there. Just the tip.
Okay. That's what you said.
Want to make it look. The skin is torn.
Everyone's making sure that Stack Deadpool has a flared base this time. This welding stinks. TPU is the worst smelling when it's melted.
I mean, I can think of worse stuff, but I was grinding bed liner earlier.
Oh.
I put on a respirator by my own doing.
Okay.
You know it's pretty checked up at that point.
Yeah.
I'm not a safety person. I should be, but I'm not.
I know, right?
I know I should. I never have and probably never will be, but I know why, I know how, I know all that stuff. It's just not more of a do now thing, and a lot of the time that just means safety gets forgotten. Not even neglected, just forgotten. It's not the priority at the moment, therefore, it's not the focus. And let's get this done. That is why we have probably 3/4 of this already sculpted. So. Okay, small ball stylus.
I think he has a respirator, but still. And if he didn't, then he could come borrow.
I do, right there.
Yeah, I was like, we got all the tools. We got majority of the things that you need.
I try to put safety things out in the open so that I'm more likely to use them. I got respirators, I got safety glasses, I got fucking gloves over there. Try to put the safety stuff where I'll use it. In certain cases, I actually do. Like spray foam. I always try to wear gloves with spray foam. Resin, I try to wear gloves that really should wear a respirator as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because resin comes off some horrible things. So when you're sculpting a prosthetic, if it's something gory like this is, remember to leave yourself crevices and stuff to get the goop to stick in later. But not such deep crevices that the silicone's not going to want to peel out of it. And you'd be surprised with the level of detail that your mold will actually pick up. So if you don't like how it looks there, don't think it's going to look better after.
Yeah.
Fix it now, or live with it forever. It's like fingerprints and stuff like that. You will see them in the mold. So that's part of why I got this thing, out of hopes that I could smooth out stuff a little bit better. Out my fingerprints being on them. Smooth out my fingerprints some. And on the big surface, it seems to kind of work.
Hmm.
You could actually use this for a couple different things. So right now, that is what we have. But I mean, that could be a freaking giant cyst, that like big old blistery, pussy, nasty thing that just popped with goo and ooze. Mm-hmm. Or it could be a bullet hole, or you could take that and then make yourself some kind of critter, and it could be like a worm crawling out of somebody's eye. I do like very vague things sometimes like that, because then you can repurpose them. Because molds get bulky and hard to store. Well, I smoothed some clay. You want to tell these people where we will be this weekend?
Yeah, just give me a minute. Saving an image for some other stuff. Because I'm trying to prep and be ahead. So, guys, where are you going to be this weekend? Because we're going to be in Oregon for Metal Art Comic Con. We're going to be there with Distance Nerding. So, if you want to go have fun, travel, and you want to go out of state to a con.
Unless you're already in Oregon.
Yeah, unless you're already in Oregon. If you are, hi! Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Go over to Metal Art Comic Con in Medford, Oregon at the Rogue X. It's really fun there. We like it. We're going to be there. And we will be walking around, running the table. Jeff and Phil will be doing panels. Well, Phil will be hosting the panels. Jeff will be filming them. Taylor and I will be running the table. So that's how it's going to break down. I mean, unless you go, I don't have a flyer for it, but if you guys happen to be at San Diego Comic-Con, check out the collectibles panel because Snack Geeks is hosting that. The lovely Bex Francis is going to be there. She's moderating. So you have your options for that one for this coming weekend. But if you want to see us, we're going to be out in Oregon. And if you can't go to either one,
what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, if you can't afford to go to either one and you're stuck in Sacramento, don't feel bad. Because Snack Geeks is also having their Geek Pride Market night on Saturday at the Lucid Winery. And they just announced that they're going to start it earlier than usual. It'll open at 2 p.m. and it'll go on, well, not all night, but like until 10 o'clock. So if you guys want to go shopping, have some wine, head over there. It's on our street, and it's very conveniently parking across the street from it, and it's great.
Should have made this a little bigger.
That is cool. You told your family about it. Hopefully they show up, and if they do go, tell them to stop by the table and tell them, drop your name, and then we'll know. We'll hook them up with stickers. And also, guys, we're trying to push this for our dudes, Distance Nerding. When they get to 500 subs, they're going to give away Legos. So if you go over to their Instagram, you find the post, it'll show you all the details of how you can even win the raffle to win some Legos, because they have to get to 500, and they also have to get the people who are participated to raffle off said Legos. I know I don't keep up with it as much, but I think I'm going to do it in a little bit. So go over there and subscribe to them. And if you're not subscribed to us, then why are you even here? Subscribe to us too, because when we reach 200, we'll be giving away a lot of fun stuff too. We are currently at 108. So we have like about another 91, 92 to go to reach that 200. I mean, family's family if they're former Sack Deadpool. So you just tell them to drop your name, okay? Because you told them about it. Unless you want us to not be nice to them, then give us a heads up. Text us a picture of their faces, and then we know to throw pickles at them. So, yeah, guys, I think that about does it for here, and I will recap towards the end of our night. What you got going, babe?
I am trying to fit this for the mold. So I basically, we're using the Lego style mold. Mm-hmm. I have this bag full of freaking clear blue Legos. And I made They're knockoff, but yeah, I made a box. So I'm trying to make a nice square shape here. Didn't need that piece. So that when I put the box down, fits around it snugly.
Snuggly duckling.
Are the guys doing trivia this one?
Yes, they are. It has been advertised that they are. I have seen it, so it is true. So guys, I also got some like a few cool giveaways for the trivia too for this weekend. Just a few. But if you want to see what they are, you got to come. Because I'm not telling. I may not even be over there when they get given away.
I probably will.
Yeah.
Well, if I run to go do stuff for us.
Yeah.
Time. This tends to be what happens.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm also like trying to make sure I don't miss any events for August. So when I do the August flyer stream, I don't miss anything.
Wait. Are you using that this show?
No, I'm also prepping for the next.
Focus on the show.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I think we have a decent amount of people. Who wants to do Would You Rather then? Show of hands. You came just in time for Would You Rather. Okay. Here we go. First one. I need full audience participation, please. Would you rather, while flying on a plane, you suddenly hear blood-curdling screams coming from the cockpit, or while sitting on the toilet in the airplane's bathroom, it malfunctions on you, causing your intestines to be sucked out of your body?
So let someone else scream. That's not a one.
So, would you rather just hear someone scream or have your intestines sucked out of your body? I feel like that's a no-brainer, but I don't know how people are going to think in this chat.
Okay. So.
Oof, yeah, I know, Tyler, right? Would you rather hear a scream? Cockpit scream. Okay, so we have 2 for cockpit scream. What about the rest of the chat? I know Sack Deadpool's welding, but if you can get a moment to pause and go answer. Do 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 do
And remember, when you're done here, Graveyard will be on tonight.
Oh, is he? Do we know who he's interviewing?
I do not.
Mm.
I do believe he has something he is doing tonight. I am not 100% on that. I'm just using a ball stylus right now. I'm pushing clay around the edges towards the mold to make a sill so that the mold doesn't leak.
Okay, so far it's just you and Tyler talking about the would you rather. Yeah, I would go with rather hear a scream than have my intestines sucked out of me, because that would ultimately lead to internal bleeding and death. As with the scream, you might have a chance of survival.
But I mean, someone could just be over dramatic.
Yeah. Like today in my classroom. Someone fell down and it was like the end of the world. Say Wong, I'm driving. Okay, you had enough time to say you're driving, but not enough to answer the would you rather. That's why you have talking heads.
I'm driving kind of answers for a while for him. Where answering the question would answer one question, then you'd expect him to do another one.
True, but he could say I'm driving and also answer this one at this time.
Okay.
Just saying. Okay, so if this was a bracket, hearing the scream wins.
I am going to knock off this top layer here, set it aside, so I can actually get down to the piece.
To the piece.
Now that I have this in its mold set up, you can see that it is sealed to the Lego at this point.
Yeah. I
am going to do some more detail work to make that look a little bit nicer.
Alrighty. While he's doing that, and I'm gonna let people who are listening maybe have a chance to answer. I'm gonna show some work I was doing last night. I can be crafty too, and this is just some remnants from some, those comic book like ad things that you get at the comic store of all the upcoming comic books. Well, I was cutting those up to make buttons, and then I realized there's some leftovers that are still kind of cool. Not the right size for buttons, but still something neat. So I took some, and I happen to have this little canvas from the Dollar Tree, and this is one of the ones I created. A little Marvel collage, if you will. What I'm going to do with it, I'm not quite sure. I was thinking maybe if I made a few more, try to sell them at one of the Sat Geek markets just to see the response of them and stuff. See what happens. So if you guys like this weird, cool, vintagey stuff, I might make a few more. And if they do well, I'll just keep making them. Different themes and stuff like that. We'll see. Just wanted to share.
So when you're sculpting stuff like this, try to minimize your overhangs, because those are going to be the harder parts to get. One, that they tend to break more if they're casting them in something solid. Two, if you're doing too small of the overhang piece and it's not connected enough at the base, it will actually rip off. What you're casting on what matters. So like this one's going to be done with latex. So silicone can actually react with the latex. So that's why I make the mold for anything that might be made of latex out of plaster. It can actually inhibit the curing process. Also, if you make a silicone mold and you're casting out of silicone, well, you're going to need mold release. Something to keep them from bonding to each other, because they will.
Oy! Okay. Let's see. I guess we'll try the other would you rather while just concentrating. This, okay, here it is. I marked it. Okay. Would you rather, as a defense mechanism, you can undergo a self-exorcism like a sea cucumber, where you expel your organs from your body at the danger that threatens you, or defend yourself and secrete a flesh-rotting venom that from your armpits like a slow loris, the world's only venomous primate.
It's also a super lesser known Marvel superhero's power is they secrete venom.
But
They basically sweat it out. And then he learns how to make like sweat balls and throw like venomous sweat balls at people.
Ew.
And he learns how to make it like more potent and less potent. And, yeah.
Yes, taters. Basically, be a pickle or venom. Be able to throw all your insides at people, or just secrete a venom from your.
Which I will say does not kill the sea cucumber. So there's that at least. You're not in this. If they said like a sea cucumber, you're not dying. As long as nothing takes your organs, but. Seems like a rather horrible defense mechanism. Here's all my most vulnerable parts.
Because it's a lava chicken. Ooh, I have to laminate you later. Just seeing some stuff. So Tater picks venom. He'd rather just go ha and let it go from his armpits.
Yeah, so that's technically a Marvel superpower. So you can be a Marvel superhero that actually got fairly famous in the Marvel universe. Not the outside universe, but in canon universe. He was a fairly popular character. No one knew really. He's obscure as shit out in the real world, but
Mm-hmm.
the Marvel universe that lives within the canon,
Mm-hmm.
he had a whole like following. But then again, the group that he was running with was kind of like that.
Mm.
Which was actually X Force.
X-Force.
But not with Deadpool.
Oh.
Although he did cross over with what's his name? The dude that spits venom. He ended up there at the same time as him for a little bit. Yeah, that was in the movie. Spit Venom. I can't think of his name off my head. Okay, so here's our little mold and cast. Now, I need to go dump this, so I'll be right back.
Okay. So yeah. Oh, I can hear him. He's in the kitchen right over there. So okay, it looks like I think everyone would go with venom theoretically because everyone would rather just secrete the poison from their armpits than have their guts come out like a sea cucumber. I guess I picked these randomly and I just marked them. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So the stuff I use is Perfect Cast. Not sponsored by them in any way, but it is what I use and it has worked for me. I buy it on Amazon.
But
You can
would
buy
we
2
be
bags
opposed
and get
to
it
being
same
sponsored?
day.
Would we be opposed to being sponsored by them?
No, I use a lot of this stuff. But you can buy 2 bags and get it same day, but if you buy 3 bags, it's going to take like 4 days.
Because Amazon is weird.
I got a 3/4 scoop here. Probably need like 1, but I'm gonna make 2 because I always make extra because it is just better that way. And then all it takes to mix this stuff, it's basically plaster. A splash of water, and you got to stir it.
How much do you stir it for?
Tell us what consists. Do you want?
Alrighty.
It drinks a lot more water than you think it would, though. This is too runny.
What is too runny?
So what I'm gonna do is add a little more powder.
All right. So it's just like baking or some in a sense where you just add a little more.
There is a ratio. I don't like their ratio. I like mine at a different consistency than what they say to put it at. I like mine just slightly runnier than what they want.
Mm-hmm.
I like that right there, where it's like a paste. Kind of runny. But when you scrape it, you can see the grit in there. Also, this stuff will collect air bubbles like crazy. So, then you just kind of, I usually pour right onto my piece first to make sure I get a nice coat on all the part. Try to pour it fairly low and tight. Make sure you get enough on there to cover the whole piece. you can actually got more than I need. You can tap it. The bubbles will come to the top. You can see all. You might be able to see some of the dark, all the bubbles right there, little dots.
I can kind of see them because of the lighting. It looks like when it hits it just right, you can kind of see like some texture.
You want to get as much of the bubbles out as you can. I just do this tapping method. If I had a pressure pot, I would totally shove it in a pressure pot.
Mm-hmm.
This is a thermal reaction to cure. That means this is going to get hot. Which means the deeper you pour it, the more bubbles you're going to end up with.
Mm. We don't want bubbles, right?
No, because then you'll have like little pimples on your part. So I want to mold. Make a thumb.
Make a what?
Your thumb.
The thumb?
I have your hand cast in here, and I was looking for what I wanted to pour the excess into.
Oh, are you gonna make my hand again?
We'll make your thumb out of plaster.
So when we're tired of hitchhiking, we can just use my thumb. Well, while he's doing that, I also have this other little thing I can show you guys. That when I went to the Straw Hat Market on Friday, our good friends Grumpy Cookie were there. And I got Bruce something to wear for the first day of school. It's a lava.
Chicken.
Lava chicken shirt. Lava chicken. And here is the back side.
Sir, go get your room done.
Okay.
And at the bottom it says the Grumpy Cookies. So this is a youth 12-13. It was like $25 plus tax. But it's a good material and it's going to last him a long time. Hopefully that will, because our kid is messy. And it's a bright yellow. But he definitely wants to wear it for the first day of school. Looks super cool. I'm keeping it safe with me until it is time for school. Otherwise, he'll wear it before then.
Okay. So while these set up a little bit, I'm going to go rinse this out real quick. This stuff will set up. I like this. This is actually, you get these at painting stores, this picture. I like them because I've let stuff set up in here and it just peels right off. Nothing really sticks to it. It's a stainless steel can. Plus it has graduated marks on the inside where your liquid actually is. And you can see what you're adding. I have, what is it, cc's and ounces on the inside. So, lovely little can.
Yep. Oh, because of the lava. Chicken. And no, I have not personally seen the movie, so. Bruce has, though. And he's in his room right now singing the song. Sliding door. Clean room. So, should I find a random would you rather? Should I keep talking? Should I tell you my secrets? What do you want to know? Jeff is still in the kitchen, cleaning some stuff. Think he's heading back over now. I am narrating. Door's closed. There he is! Yay! Keep talking. All right, Sewang. I will.
Okay. So we can out the way. So once this cures, we will be able to demold it. Hoping it cures quick here. I mean, this one's already almost getting hard on here. So hopefully that cures up. It's at least skinned a little. Yeah. Thermal reaction means yeah, makes the evaporation.
You're heating it up, I see.
Anytime you have a thermal reaction, it is what it is actually really doing is evaporating out the moisture. So air will help it dry quicker. You can, depending on how rigid of a material you're working with, you can actually crack your molds if you make them dry too quick. I'm just putting a little bit of warm air on to help it along.
Okay. Ooh. All right, guys. Since he's doing that, I'm gonna find another would you rather just to keep you entertained. Sorry.
Clean finger.
Oh, clean fingers.
Tap the liquid. And I still have a clean finger because it's like gelled.
Ooh.
That's kind of cool. You see it ripple even.
I mean, if we could see it up close, I'm sure we could. Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Yep, my finger's still clean.
That's science.
It's skinned.
That's science, son.
My fingerprint's in it now. So this stuff will eventually set up. There's one over here. One into something like this guy. Or this guy. So, with these, you can actually go to the next step using one of these. And that is done. It'll be one of these.
Ooh. What happens after that?
This one I normally cap in silicone, but we're going to play with latex.
Mm.
I did not even grab a brush. So we're going to do this a different way.
Like you need to grab a brush or?
I have a brush I'm willing to kill.
Mm.
That one. The latex ruins brush. I don't care about this brush. This is a very cheap brush. All you do is you take, I personally, this one's a good liquid latex, and then Bay 9 is good liquid latex. I've used a lot of other liquid latexes. They can be not that great. Like the Spirit Halloween stuff, I'm not a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
Liquid latex does have a smell, and if you are allergic to latex, obviously don't use liquid latex.
Well, what could you use instead?
Silicone. Like I said, this one's normally gets silicone. That's why there's like blue over here. And you're just literally going to paint on a coat of this. Like that. And then give it a couple minutes and it will dry. If you do work this stuff a lot, it will start foaming. And you only have a couple of minutes to work with this before it starts curing. And it will start, if you feel it tag you, like it kind of wants to stick to you, just let it dry. If you missed a spot, you'll get it in the next coat.
That is very true.
Because once it starts sticking, it will actually stick to your brush and you'll destroy the whole piece. It will just peel right off. It's the same process as if you were to do it on your skin. Main differences here are we're going to have to cure it in between layers here. The more layers, the stronger it'll be. This is exactly how I ended up making the Hit Monkey mask. Is the same process, just I put a lot of layers there.
Mm-hmm.
You get it on your skin, it peels right off as soon as it dries.
Ugh.
So, yeah, you're just going to paint the whole thing. You're going to paint the whole thing with a coat of latex. For a prosthetic, I'd say anywhere from 3 to 5 coats is probably good. If you're going to do something like I did with that mask, I would say more around the 10 to 20 coat range. It does have a smell.
Yeah, it's not the best smell, but
Yeah, it's not the most pleasant smell. That's still liquidy. All right, this is already skinned. You know it's skinned when you can touch it and it doesn't want to like stick to you. So you can put another coat on at that point. Normally I would just let this air dry. I wouldn't fast cure it like I just did. Just because air drying it's going to be the best way. Also work in a somewhat ventilated area, because I don't know if it does, but it smells like this stuff has ammonia in it, so I would not doubt it does. So this is actually a wound that was originally made for Wolverine. I call it the gash. You'll see this little bit of writing up here in the top corner. 60 ml. That is how much silicone it takes to fill this thing. I'm actually looking at possibly selling some of these eventually. I am looking at possibly setting it up where I can sell prosthetics and then some of the random art stuff and maybe even like some random props and stuff that I build. Because sometimes I just want to make the thing. I don't actually want the thing, but I want to make the thing.
So we need to get a seller's license.
Or just tag on someone else's stuff. Or you can do it under a certain value and it doesn't count.
Guess it's something else we need to look into. Because if we want to have a booth and sell it,
yeah, then you do.
Unless we want to do a weekend blender where it doesn't seem like Pete cares.
Lumpy.
Nah.
I know with like construction and stuff like that, I think it's like $500 or something like that. If you make less than that, it's considered a handyman fee.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need anything.
So should we start doing under the table businesses?
It's kind of where a lot of people. That's kind of where our generation is. A bunch of private parties doing little odd and ends so that you can skirt the world and get as much out of it as you can. The whole thing about millennials is they don't want normal jobs.
No.
Normal jobs kind of suck.
Warm. It's making it quorm. If you don't know what quorm is, I don't know what to tell you. Tyler, do you remember what quorm is? You would know, or you should. Quorm. At 6:30 on a Wednesday evening.
We got like a half hour left. All right, let's get this third coat on here real quick.
Coat number 3. So if not, is this going to be a 2-parter?
I can get this out.
Okay.
Should cure pretty quick here. I don't know if it's going to come out pretty or not, but it should come out.
And well, if it's a wound, I don't think wounds necessarily need to be pretty.
No, I mean it might cure some of these pieces inside the middle.
Mm-hmm.
heavy coat there. Give it a little more hot air.
Hot air, which we have cold air blowing, so it has to probably turn off because I'm actually getting cold.
And that is skinned. At least the top part has.
Skin.
Okay. So the thing is, this stuff, if you peel latex straight out of the mold, it will stick to itself, and you will end up with a little ball of latex.
Mm-hmm.
So to prevent it from sticking to itself, you need a baby powder or cornstarch powder or something like that. Personally, I use some dollar store lavender scented one, because it also helps a little bit with the smell.
Also, it's what we happen to have when you were looking for powder.
Yeah. Originally got this because I have a professionally made mask that recommends every time you wear it to repowder it afterwards, which comes back to maintenance with your prosthetics. If you use them and you want to reuse them, powder them as they come off.
Which mask is that said that?
Sam.
I thought so, but I wanted to be sure.
Okay, so you can see now that I powdered it, I can touch any of it and it doesn't want to stick to me at all. I like to use a little tool that has a point, something like that, or like that, something that has a edge, and just find the edge and just scrape a little spot, and then you're done with your tool. Peel a little bit, have your powder brush handy, and just powder as it peels off.
So, guys, it's okay to own makeup brushes. He is using a kabuki brush.
I own sets. I have multiple sets. I have this one. This one over here I use for doing clay stuff. There's a whole set of actual makeup brushes for makeup in the cosplay kit.
It's like I have 2 sets of brushes. I do have my Go makeup brushes and my home makeup brushes.
Okay. This is where I don't know if it cured all the way. Oh, we already got one tear. More powder's better than less. Pack that brush tool and just pack it in there. Okay. Something like this, I would probably have done more layers and let it cured better, but you can see you get a sheet of silk lace. This one has a lot of standy up parts. And yeah, I didn't cure very well in the middle. But it did make it a prosthetic, even if it is not a good one. But you can see if you powder it, it all stays apart. If you don't, it kind of sticks together. There's some spots right here that didn't get powdered well. Something like this is probably going to be trash because it didn't cure fully and it's thin in spots and probably should have been left a little longer. But if you say you wanted to put this on, all you would do is you would take some more of your liquid latex, put a coat onto your surface. I'm using the back of my hand for a demo. Doesn't need to be very thick. Just give yourself a nice even coat of it. And then on the prosthetic, you're going to take it and wait till it tacks up just a little bit. Once it's tacked up, you can feel it starting to tighten. You can take your prosthetic and stick it down, and that will stick your prosthetic to your skin. And now that is part of my hand. From here, you can do whatever makeup you would like on top of it and blend it at the edges, because if you have fat edges like that, it just looks horrible. Unless you're trying to do like a boily acid burn or something, which this might actually work for. But when you go to remove it, it is just literally peel away.
I gotta go for a second. It's all
Peel
you
away.
for a moment.
Peel away. And you just powder it again. Then you can stick this in a Ziploc bag or whatever. And you can even leave your gel blood or whatever on top. And that is all it takes to make prosthetic. That is weird. Plaster in a gelatin state. That is freaking weird. You haven't seen gelatin in a plaster in a gelatin state before? Because I haven't. That's just weird to me. I almost feel like I should poke a corner. Should I poke the corner? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna poke the corner. Where's the toothpick? Suck. Oh. Take this. Poke in. It healed. It just healed. I poked a hole in the corner, and it healed. A hole. Hole. See hole? See hole? Hole there.
Hole? It must be very tiny. I don't see it.
See toothpick? Toothpick remove, their hole. See dot?
Okay. Now I see dot. I see dot.
Okay. You'll see dot?
Yes.
Where?
Well, not anymore.
It healed.
Okay. Who the fuck gave it Deadpool powers?
That's fucking weird. It's gelatin. It's plaster, so it's basically like a concrete type material, but somehow it gelatined. See it jiggle? See the light shimmer? It's because it's jiggling. What the fuck is that? I've never seen it jiggle. Weird. Bad chair. Get away from me. Always close up your latex too, because that stuff will rubberize on you in there. Give you a nice lumpy bop. Well, we're getting close to the end. You want to go through your stuff again?
Yeah, hold on real quick.
Yeah, make sure you
Sack Deadpool has returned to the chat. All right, guys. Again, this weekend we'll be in Oregon for Metal Art Comic Con with Distance Nerding. Come stop by the table if you're going to be there and say hey and get some stickers, try some Dubby, buy some merch. Anne called. Okay, well, tell Anne we said hi and she should be watching the show. And if you can't go to Oregon, there's also San Diego Comic-Con where a member of Sat Geeks is going to be hosting a panel on collectibles, like collectible action figures and collectible memorabilia and lots of different things like that. It's going to be really cool. She's got a lot of different people together for that, and I wish I could go check it out, but I will be in Oregon also having my own fun. Also, if you can't go to either one and you're here in Sacramento area, Sat Geeks is holding their Geek Pride Market Night on that Saturday at Lucid Winery, and it'll be starting at 2 p.m. so you guys can have even more fun shopping and drinking and saying hey to Sat Geeks. Also, Distance Nerding is trying to reach 500 subscribers. So if they reach 500 subscribers and you do all the things to get entered in the raffle to win some Legos, you can get Lego and help them reach 500. Also, we are trying to reach 200 subscribers. We want you guys to share that news as well. Help us reach 200 subs so we can give away prizes too. We have 3D prints. We have collectible figures. We have all kinds of stuff that we're making and collecting and consuming for you guys. Here is a couple of them right there, right now. If you guys like Witcher or know anyone who does, please get them to subscribe and get us to that 200. Also, who likes how do you say it again?
Leo Pleurodon?
Leo Pleurodon. I felt like I was going to say it wrong. Pleurodon.
Like plural.
Yeah.
Leo Pleurodon, Charlie.
Just for Tyler in the chat. Duh. Because he knows what I'm talking about. So that is going to be it for that, and I will hopefully have another slideshow of all upcoming events for August next week because I was getting on most of the images. I don't have the one for the next Sat Geek Market because it hasn't been created yet.
Also, I would say definitely pay attention and watch the watch our YouTube channel because there are going to be shorts starting to pop up. I have a bunch of interviews that I have gotten together that I am starting to get edited up and ready for you guys. And then we are going to start dropping a bunch of shorts for you guys with little interviews highlighting different creators. So kind of like the little cutouts that I used to do during our con recaps. I've stopped in the con recap part and just took those little segments where I talk to different creators, and we are pushing those up. We also have more guests scheduled for the future, so you will be seeing more interviews on the show as well, talking to more creators about their process of making and such.
We have one locked out for September, and we're just waiting for responses from others.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, there's a great chance that I will get more this coming weekend. That is what I do when does trivia or when the cosplay contest is going on.
And I'm in the contest taking photos. I'm also in trivia taking photos because we need photos. Well, we don't need photos. They need photos. And I'm there taking photos.
We are planning to be at.
Yes, we will be there. I will be in the fashion show. So when the fashion show happens, you should be there, Say Wong, and cheering me on. I don't know who I'm modeling for yet.
One of the days we plan on doing the Deadpool Hit Monkey Squirrel doll set. So, yeah. Well, second most popular in this crowd.
Well, I mean, it's here.
It's also one of our bigger shows here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I seriously am confused by this.
Mhm.
I've never seen it do that. It's solid, but it is gelatin at the same time.
Okay.
I've never seen it do that. It is interesting. Kind of want to break the mold, but at the same time, I'm scared it'll leak out.
So how long are you gonna leave it?
I don't eat these molds. I'll probably leave it till we get back.
Oh, so for over the weekend.
Now, this whole table I don't need to touch.
Mm,
Except for right over here where the electronics are.
okay.
This is, I'll clean this. Throw a lid over the top of this clay so it doesn't get crap in it. And that might be it.
Alrighty then.
Break down the stuff that I need to take with us for out there. And get ready to go. Someone has 15 minutes to show up.
Who is that? Who has time? You mean James?
Filipino
James?
time. It's
Yeah.
Filipino time. Come on.
I don't think he's going to though. I did
Well,
send the reminder in the council chat, not the con chat.
in 15 minutes, it will be time for graveyard overhead. We most are.
They mostly
most-
pod out at night.
They mostly podcast. I don't know who he's interviewing, but I'm sure he has a lovely interview over there. So I will probably be flicking that on in a minute here, and I might even be in the chat for that one. But yeah, we hope to see you guys out at Metal Arc. Don't know if we're going to get a cosplay or not. We do have our Deadpool stuff with us, so we'll go from
that's
there.
always for sure. Because Bruce isn't coming with us, so it's just us.
Yeah.
So
Oh, bingo? You want bingo? I got bingo.
as a granny.
I got Bluey too.
I said Bluey.
I got Bluey. I got Bluey.
I slipped on my beans. Did they come with a little can of the beans?
No. I also have Bandit and Chili.
Mom and Dad healer.
All right. Well, I think that will do it for us this week. Where's
All
my
right.
roller? Well,
Cutting
everyone,
out early,
remember,
guys.
be a maker, not a hater. See you next time. Bye.